When the 2023-24 NBA season began, the Boston Celtics carried a weight that was heavier than most teams could understand. Every new season in Boston isn't just about wins and losses, it's about history. 17 banners hang above the parquet floor at TD Garden, each one a reminder of greatness, of legends, and of expectations. But for the last few years, those banners had become a silent challenge. Boston had been close, painfully close, yet the ultimate prize kept slipping away. The Celtics came into the season not as underdogs but as contenders with something to prove. After the heartbreak of 2022 and the frustrations of 2023, fans were running out of patience. The front office, led by Brad Stevens, decided that almost wasn't good enough. They made bold moves, trading Marcus Smart, a fan favorite and defensive soul of the team, in exchange for Kristaps Porziņģis. It shocked the fan base, but Stevens wasn't chasing comfort. He was chasing a championship. Soon after, he brought in Jrue Holiday, another defensive leader with a champion's resume. Suddenly, Boston wasn't just talented, it was terrifying. The season started with energy that felt different. Jayson Tatum looked sharper, more mature, playing like a man who knew the clock was ticking on excuses. Jaylen Brown, fresh off signing the richest contract in NBA history, was out to prove that he was worth every penny. Porziņģis added a new dimension, a 7'3" weapon who could stretch the floor and protect the rim. Holiday brought steadiness, leadership, and a quiet edge that meshed perfectly with the Celtics' intensity. Under coach Joe Mazzulla, the team had a clear identity: defend relentlessly, move the ball, and let their stars shine within a system built on trust. They started winning, not in streaks of luck, but through consistency. Every night, they looked composed, balanced, and hungry. Tatum's scoring wasn't flashy, it was methodical. Brown's drives weren't chaotic, they were controlled and decisive. Al Horford, the team's veteran leader, kept the locker room grounded. The chemistry clicked faster than anyone expected. By mid-season, it was clear Boston was the team to beat. Their offense ranked among the best in the league, their defense suffocating opponents, and their confidence was unshakable. Opponents who visited TD Garden quickly learned that the Celtics were done giving up moral victories. They weren't trying to entertain, they were trying to dominate. But as every Celtics fan knows, dominance in the regular season means nothing if you can't finish in June. The ghosts of the past were still there: the 2022 Finals loss to Golden State, the Game 7 heartbreak against Miami in 2023. Each memory was fuel. Players spoke about it quietly, but you could see it in how they played. The team didn't celebrate blowouts, they moved on to the next game, laser-focused on the bigger goal. In March, Porziņģis went down with minor injuries, and for a brief stretch, the Cell. The air in Boston felt different as the Celtics advanced to the next round. The first series had been about redemption, a cleansing of the pain from 2023. But the playoffs were far from over. Every team left standing wanted the same thing: a shot at glory, and Boston knew that the path only got harder from here. Their next challenge came in the form of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Young, hungry, and eager to prove they belonged among the league's elite, the Cavs had energy, but Boston had experience. From the opening tip, the Celtics imposed their will. Every defensive rotation was precise, every offensive possession patient. You could see the discipline, the lessons learned from years of heartbreak. Tatum's confidence radiated through every possession. He wasn't forcing shots, he was orchestrating. Brown's athleticism was overwhelming for defenders who couldn't keep up with his combination of strength and speed. Porziņģis returned from minor injury setbacks, and his presence completely changed the floor spacing. His ability to hit threes and protect the rim made Boston's system hum at full capacity. Cleveland fought hard, but Boston's poise broke them down piece by piece. Jrue Holiday's calm leadership showed in the biggest moments, those little plays that don't make highlight reels but change the course of games. A clutch rebound, a strip on defense, a perfectly timed assist. The Celtics closed out the series with composure, moving forward with a quiet confidence that echoed through the locker room. The Eastern Conference Finals awaited, and with it, one of the toughest matchups of the season, the Indiana Pacers. A fast, youthful team led by Tyrese Haliburton, the Pacers pushed the pace and played fearless basketball. But Boston thrived under pressure. They were built to adjust, to slow the game down when needed, to turn chaos into control. From the first game, it was clear Boston wasn't there to trade punches, they were there to dominate. The crowd inside TD Garden fed off every defensive stop, every transition bucket. Al Horford, the veteran anchor, reminded everyone why he was the heartbeat of this team. His leadership was quiet but powerful. Whenever the Celtics wavered, Horford's voice brought them back into focus. Derek White continued to shine in ways that didn't always grab headlines. His defense on opposing guards, his timely three-pointers, his understanding of spacing, everything clicked. Mazzulla trusted his system and let his players play free, but there was structure beneath it all. The Celtics weren't relying on heroics anymore, they were relying on chemistry. The Pacers gave them their best shot, but Boston's balance proved too much. Tatum and Brown combined for masterful performances, each taking turns when the team needed a spark. Porziņģis' shooting and rim protection neutralized Indiana's attack, and Holiday's veteran calm kept everyone composed. The Celtics swept the Pacers, punching their ticket to the NBA Finals. The lights inside TD Garden burned brighter than ever that night. Every seat was filled, every fan standing before the opening tip. Boston wasn't just hosting a basketball game, it was standing at the edge of history. 17 banners hung from the rafters, but it was the empty space that mattered most, the one waiting for number 18. The players could feel it. The roar of the crowd wasn't noise, it was energy, history, expectation. Jayson Tatum walked out first, eyes locked forward, calm but focused. Jaylen Brown followed, jaw tight, determination written all over his face. This wasn't about proving critics wrong anymore. This was about finishing the story they had started years ago. From the opening possession, Boston played with purpose. The ball moved crisply, finding open shooters, punishing every Dallas rotation. Porziņģis, playing through pain, hit an early three that sent the Garden into a frenzy. Derek White slashed through the lane, making the kind of quiet plays that swing games. And then there was Brown, attacking, defending, leading. Every drive to the rim looked personal. Every defensive stop felt like a message. Dallas tried to fight back. Luka Doncic, as brilliant as ever, hit impossible shots and carried his team through stretches of silence. Kyrie Irving, once a Celtic, tried to silence the boos and find rhythm. But Boston had too much balance, too much discipline, too much heart. Every time the Mavericks made a run, Boston answered. Midway through the third quarter, Tatum caught the ball on the wing, isolated, and drove hard to the basket. He finished through contact, flexed, and looked toward the stands. The crowd erupted. It wasn't arrogance, it was release. Years of frustration, heartbreak, and doubt finally breaking apart in one moment of pure defiance. By the fourth quarter, the Celtics had control. The score widened. Dallas looked spent, out of rhythm, out of answers. Every defensive rotation from Boston was sharp, every rebound contested, every loose ball theirs. Holiday's defense smothered Irving. Porziņģis stood tall in the paint. Brown hit a mid-range jumper that pushed the lead to double digits. The Garden shook. As the clock ticked down, fans began to realize what was about to happen. 18. After all the close calls, all the heartbreaks, all the questions about leadership, chemistry, and clutch moments, the Boston Celtics were about to stand alone atop NBA history. The final minutes felt slow, almost sacred. The players on the bench stood shoulder to shoulder, unable to contain their emotions. Mazzulla, calm but visibly moved, watched as his players closed it out with precision. When the final buzzer sounded, the noise inside TD Garden was deafening. Confetti rained down. The scoreboard glowed with history, Boston Celtics, NBA champions. Tatum fell to his knees, overwhelmed. Brown hugged him tight, both of them shouting through the chaos, words lost in the roar. Horford, the veteran who had